Good afternoon to all of you there in Moncton today. I'm so very grateful for my new Nazarene brothers and sisters, and for the grace and the acceptance that you've extended me as I've become a part of the Atlantic District and part of your fellowship. I do want to thank our district superintendent. I've known him for years and years and years. He's a gracious man. Also want to thank Dale Thistle, a longtime friend as well, and David Filsinger specifically, who has put me on staff at Sherwood Church of the Nazarene. I'm the Zone 3 pastor, and in Sherwood Nazarene language that basically means everywhere else. I live in Fredericton and work at a company called WMA Communications with a wonderful Christian brother, Dr. Bill Morrison. We have a hard time identifying where the lines are between ministry and work. That's the beautiful part of the way that all of us are doing ministry today. Those of you who sit here today as delegates to the conference, you are really missionaries, because a mission field exists all around us today. When you go to work on Mondays and the time that you spend between Sundays, that is your mission field. The pastor doesn't have access to that. You do. And it's in the process of living a daily life among our colleagues and our family that we work out what it means to be a part of the mission of God. I work under the banner of the Nazarene Organic Church Network. It is a way to live. It is a way to see life. It is a way to plant churches, to build believers, to disciple believers, and I am so honored to be a part of that. In Fredericton, we have a hub of a dozen churches which we give primary attention to. One of our churches meets in a bar. It began with a bar owner contacting us, asking us if we would do an alpha course in his bar. We jumped at the chance, and then in talking with the bar owner, I had this negative sort of vision of a Christian group of people walking into a bar with flip charts and pieces of handout paper, and then doing your little thing and then packing up your stuff and leaving. And that just didn't do it for me. And I said to the bar owner, actually it wasn't me, one of our people said, look, why don't you let us just come in and get to know the regulars who are there on Sunday night, build relationships, and see what comes out of that. So we meet there on a Sunday night. They set up a circle of chairs for us, and we usually start with a very general type of question. I remember one of the first nights, one of the other folks who came that night brought the question of the night, which was, who is Jesus to you? And there were a couple young ladies who joined the circle very quickly. One was raised in the Czech Republic. When it came around to her, she said, Jesus has been taken away from me all my life. The other lady was a former Catholic from Newfoundland, whose father was upset with the Catholic Church, and they became united. Church is not a regular part of their home today, but she feels, and her husband feels, compelled to make sure the kids get into church every once in a while. Anyway, they were included in our gathering. We had a wonderful night that night. We were greeted by a sign on a sandwich board outside the bar, which said, "Join us for God Conversations," in the rear of the bar. And we've seen some wonderful things in the Fredericton area and beyond. There's another little hub forming in central New Brunswick, and there's quite a bit of activity in PEI and the house church movement. We have some contact down through the state of Maine, some in Quebec, and we're just sort of following leads as God brings them to us, and we find people who have interest in figuring out how to live out church in a different way. Not different for the sake of being different, but there are many people in our society today who are disillusioned with the way we do church. They're disillusioned with our church culture. They're disillusioned with some of the preaching that comes to them that's supposed to sound like love, but doesn't really sound a lot like that. And so in the New Brunswick area, my heart for our district is I'd like to participate in planting numbers of house churches throughout Atlantic Canada, and maybe cluster planting in a given area, and we'll just see what comes out of that. We're not planning to pay pastors. We're not planning to build buildings. We're just planning to gather the church and others who are a part of their relational networks, and to do church gatherings, and also connect those people so they learn how to live life together. And we'll see what God brings out of that. Again, I just want to thank you folks so much. I would do anything I could do for any of your churches or your pastors. Like trying to figure out ways all the time to bless the Atlantic District and to say thank you for your investment in your confidence that's been expressed in my life. And my wife would say the same thing if she were here with me right now. But we consider ourselves to be so fortunate to have connected with the Nazarene Church, and we're excited about what God has planned for us. You can be sure of this. When God begins to move, it will not be in the way that you expect or that I expect. It'll be in a way that He has chosen. He doesn't do repeat performances. When God moves every day, He moves in a new way, and His purpose is unfolding. He is building His church, and He's inviting us to be a part of it. I want so much to be a part of that. Just to end, my prayer for years has been that God would allow me to be in the middle of a movement of God that was so much of Him that I would not be able to make a seminar of it. So God bless you, and all the best as you proceed through your business sessions today and face the year ahead of you. I love you. I love being a part of the Nazarene denomination. Thank you.